All right, good morning. This is Paul from Backpacking and Brews. Tammy is up ahead of me. It is day 15 on our Via Transilvanica hike across Romania. It is the 17th of April, a little after 8 in the morning of 2026. Let's see, and we've got sort of threatening skies right now. So it might rain on us. There is a chance, but it's for a short period of time, so we're risking it, and we don't have our rain gear on just yet, but got it ready to go in case it does start raining. Today we're heading from Casva, C-A-S-V-A, to a town that's Buga something. It's I can't spell it and I can't say it, but I'll figure it out. But we're heading about 15 miles, I think, sort of down the valley. The Gurgui River, but the trail is going to push us up into the hills, walk us along the ridge lines, and then bring us back down, of course, which is nice because we'll be in the woods, etc. But real nice stay at Ferma de Casva farm. Ferma, I guess, is farm. So a sort of a farm stay, but really nice accommodation. We had our own room, private bathroom. The paid 500 lei, so a little bit more on the expensive side, but it was dinner and breakfast included. Dinner was wonderful. It was pork sausage with potato salad. And had sort of pate as an appetizer along with soup. And dessert were crepes with some kind of fresh fruit in there. Oh, really wonderful. And breakfast was cooked omelet with a whole platter of cheese and meats and cucumbers and tomatoes. More food than we could eat, and we grabbed some of that food for lunch today. So really, it's sort of 3 meals and an overnight stay. And the host, it's an older gentleman and his nephew. We dealt mostly with the nephew, spoke better English, and they run the place. He has a side job where he does construction work as well. Well, that's his primary job. His side job is doing the farm stay. But they have a true farm. They've got pigs and a horse and a pony and rabbits and chickens and cats and dogs. I don't know if I missed anything. A wild deer that they found as a fawn that they can't let loose now because it would just die on its own. But really nice people, super accommodating, friendly, as always. Boy, just really wonderful. Interesting stories as we get to talk to some of these folks. So the pigs he has are not normal pigs. They're smaller pigs, but they're apparently the fat that they get from these pigs are apparently supposed to be better for you than regular pig fat. I'm not sure why, but these pigs they're smaller and they've got little curly hair or fur all around them, which is not a pig I've seen before. But he said that 2 years in a row, or at least 2 years apart, a bear came down in the middle of the night from the Highlands and basically grabbed 4 of their pigs, slaughtered them, just took them out of the pen and ate them, and couldn't eat them all, but killed 4 and ate as much as it could, and drug them away from the farm. So even though they have dogs, I guess he said that the dogs they sort of cower to the bears. They don't fight them. I guess maybe you need bigger dogs or different dogs, who knows. So yeah, kind of a sad story. Also, it's always a good time to ask questions about some of the things that we saw or seen through the day. And yesterday we saw sort of gas hookups, fairly newly installed, going to homes. They looked like they just brand new. And I asked about them. He said, yeah, they're, I don't know if it's a company or the government or whatever, but they're building an infrastructure to provide natural gas, I think, to homes. So they could use that instead of heating their homes with firewood, which is what most use now, or presumably electricity. And I said, well, how's it going? He said, well, the natural gas is too expensive. So yeah, they put it there, but most people aren't going to get it because it's just more expensive than using firewood. And firewood's pretty much all over the place. He mentioned that he could get a meter square of firewood for 50 euros. So approximately 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet of hardwood, which he says can heat a home a lot cheaper than what natural gas would do. So kind of interesting to hear some of that information, see how people are getting along here. But really nice stay at the farmhouse last night, and we're on our way to the town that begins with the letter B. Well, it's been raining for a little bit, probably only about a half hour or so, but walking up this sort of lumbery road, dirt lumber, it is a muddy mess, and we're slip sliding away. Yes, so today is day 15, yesterday day 14, we had a rather short day, about 12 miles, a little bit more than 12 miles, and about 2,200 feet elevation gain. So a little bit easier day, but still took us about 6 or so hours. We stopped for a break as well, just because there was a coffee shop on the way. But still raining here, and gone about 2 miles so far since our last overnight stay, and we're heading through the woods in the rain. Check out the salamander. He's a good 7 to 8 inches long, probably. Just enjoying the wet weather. So cool. I'll put my foot on him without stepping on him. That's how big he is. So we're a little ways past the 306 kilometer stone, 806, and sort of it's stopped raining for the time being, and just came to this top of this hill and just had to share this beautiful view. Just past kilometer stone 307, and we're heading out of the woods and across this valley. And fortunately, it is not raining. So we were just talking about the trail and the trail conditions on the Via Transilvanica as compared to other trails. And, certainly we've had some muddy parts and certainly some steep uphills, but, when you compare the trail itself and sort of how it is. So for example, right now the ground is fairly flat. Now it's not level, but it's fairly flat, and there aren't a bunch of stones in your way, and the trail tends to go pretty straight. Like it doesn't sort of zigzag through the forest like the Appalachian Trail might or the Long Trail might, which is kind of nice. And so you can make good miles by just kind of walking in a straight line rather than sort of zigzagging back and forth and really getting nowhere fast kind of thing. So as far as the trail for the Via Transilvanica is concerned, it's actually fairly straightforward, flat most of the times, and not full of rocks and roots that you gotta dodge around. So we're certainly glad for that. Oh, just climbed over a little mountaintop, and just seeing some sheep and dogs, of course. And we're working our way over this way. You can see a kilometer stone right there. That's where we're going. Okay, it is day 15 with backpacking and brews. Day 15 on the Via Transilvanica. We just passed kilometer stone 320, and we are working our way up this valley on a sort of gravel road toward our final destination tonight, which is approximately 3 kilometers away. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we hope to get there before 3 o'clock. Dogs about. So today will be a 15-mile day. We left at about 8 o'clock in the morning from Casva. We're heading to the town begins with the letter B, and we'll have it for you toward the end. Lots of dogs and barking dogs too. Let's see, so about a 7-hour day. We stopped for lunch, of course, just had some food that we packed with us. So about 2.5 miles an hour or better. That's not bad for people our age. But it's been a kind of a rainy or threatening of rain day. So we've been putting on rain gear, taking off rain gear because it gets too hot. Hopefully this will be just pass after today. And more dogs. And see how it goes. But we're close to the end for today. We're staying at a Casva, and we prearranged via WhatsApp our reservation here. The cost, I think, is $450 RON for the two of us, which includes lodging and dinner and breakfast. So hope to make the best of all that, and I'm sure it'll be good home cooked food as we've been getting everywhere else. So looking forward to it. The last place we were at, the farm stay, he knew of this place and said it's very similar to them. So looking forward to it. It'll be a good day, just since it's so cloudy and overcast. Trying to wash our clothes. Hopefully it'll be nice and warm in the room, and we can dry our clothes in the room. Drying them outside today might be a bit of a problem. So we'll see how it goes. But so yeah, almost over with day 15, the 17th of April. So right about noon today, Tammy and I were walking through a village, fairly large village. It basically followed the river down a valley or up the valley. And there was a school, there was a church, there was, all sorts of, there was a little market, but no restaurant. And we thought, well, why is there no restaurant? There was a restaurant another maybe half a mile away way down the bottom of the valley, which we were thinking about going to, but we didn't. Anyway, we were wondering why no restaurant? Seems like it'd be a perfect spot for a restaurant. Families go out to eat. But we've noticed as we're walking across Romania that a lot of the homes, they all have chickens. Not all, but almost 80% of them have their own chickens. They have dogs. They have gardens, and we're thinking they just don't eat out like Americans eat out. At least not in the rural areas. It's just not as common to go to a restaurant per se. Rather, they just do home cooked meals, and the meals we've been having have been wonderful and very tasty. And they make sausage, and they smoked meat and preserve it, and they brine it, it looks like. So just for us in the States, you know, be like, oh, there'd be at least 2 restaurants for the distance that we walked through that village, but not a one, not even a cafe, which we thought would be helpful too. They just, I think it's, and you know, I may be wrong, but just, I think they're just still used to making their own meals. You know, they'll buy groceries and stuff somewhere, but yeah, just a different culture. Okay, update. The town we're going to, or village, is Bradetelu. Bradetelu. Now those A's have little things, squiggly lines above them, so I'm probably mispronouncing that. And then the place we're staying is Casa Balasiano, which those A's also have the little squiggly line above them, so I'm probably mispronouncing that too. But anyway, so Bradetelu is our destination. Casa Balasiano is the place where we're staying. So it's about 2:30 in the afternoon on April 17th, and we're just working our way to Bradetelu and walking up this valley right by this sort of raging river right now because of the rain. But yeah, real pretty mountain village and nice homes in the valley so far. Very nice.